Hi, and welcome back to another video. I'm doing this video as a way to help Mitchell feel better because he's been going through tough times with his YouTube channel. And I wanted to know that there are still people out there supporting him through all this disaster. I'm one of them. I happened to pound him when I was scrolling through a Try Not to Cry challenge thing. And finding him was the most amazing thing finding you was the most amazing thing that ever happened to you. And I'm entitling this video to Mitchell with love, because that's what this is. When I found you that day, it was the most amazing thing, especially when I watched your videos on, like, ugly things that guys like about girls, because I'm all of that. And I got to know you as a person, and I got to see what an amazingly beautiful person you truly are. And you have changed my life. You have made me so much more confident in myself. You have taught me that I am beautiful. When you told me that I was beautiful, that changed everything for me, because you were the first guy ever in my life, outside my family, to call me beautiful. And that meant the world to me. It meant the absolute world to me, because no guy has ever called me beautiful. And having you as my best friend means everything to me, because even from when I was a child, I didn't have any friends. And any one friend I might have been lucky enough to make would always just leave with no explanation whatsoever. Even in school, I was always a loner. I never had any friends. Never. Going into high school was harder because, well, if you look at my family video, you'll know, but it was hard. And I hated it because people made fun of me. People were mean to me. I mean, somebody tried to trip me down the stairs once. Somebody, they called me names. Nobody ever wanted to be my friend. I never went to homecoming, except for one time with my sister. I never went to my prom because I never had a date. And I didn't have any friends to go with, so it wouldn't have been any fun for me. And if any guy ever found out that I had a crush on him, they made fun of me for it, or were just absolutely disgusted by it. No guy ever gave me the time of day. And then even out of high school, I never had any friends. And it was tough. And I went through some tough times in my life, too. Like in 2003, I went through 3 deaths in 3 months. 2003, on November 7th, I lost my grandma Sullivan, who I really didn't know that well, but it was still kind of hard. Then exactly 1 month later, on November 7th, I lost my father in a garage fire. And I think that one was hardest on me because despite him growing up, he was in my life on and off, but there were so many weekends when he was supposed to pick us up that he never showed up because he was drunk. My father was an alcoholic, and it was tough. When he wasn't drunk, he was the greatest father to be around. He had such a sense of humor. And I'm telling you this, Mitchell, because I want you to know. And then by the time I was 15, 16 years old, he wasn't even in my life anymore. And this man had 6 kids, because I have 3 half-siblings, too. And then my younger sister and my older brother. 6 kids, and by the time he died, only my youngest sister talked to him, because he had pretty much pushed everybody else out of his life for the alcohol. And it was heartbreaking. And then when he died, my youngest sister blamed herself for it. And then she kind of started to downhill from there. And she started drinking a lot, and then she got into drugs because she got with somebody that did heroin. She got into heroin. Then she got pregnant with my beautiful niece, who my mom now raises and has custody of because of my sister's drug use. My niece has never known her father. The last time her father ever saw her, she was a baby. So my niece has no idea who her father is. He has never been in her life. Her mother has not been in her life since she was 3 years old. And it's tough, because I know my sister's in Chicago somewhere. But when you don't hear from her for months, you start to wonder if she's even still around. And she blamed herself for my father's death. And then a month after that, on January 25th, I lost my other grandma. So when they say death comes in threes, they mean it, at least for that me. But I think the hardest death for me to handle was my stepfather dying 8 years ago, because he was more of a father to me than my real father was. I mean, when my mom worked, he worked 3 jobs to take care of us. He accepted us, even my brother, being a special needs child. It was amazing. And then he got cancer. First he had lung cancer, which he recovered from. And then he got esophageal cancer, which unfortunately he lost his battle to. And I helped take care of him while he was sick. And I think the hardest part of that for me was being in the room as he took his last breath, because he chose to die at home, and he was in a hospital bed in our family room of our old house. And my mom was there by his bedside. His stepdaughter, my stepsister Stacy, and her husband were there, and my Uncle Anthony was there. And we were all there as he took his last breath. And it was tough, because I loved him more than anything. And it was hard for my mom. But we got through it. And it was been tough on us since then. We've had to move into a smaller place because of financial situation caused my mom to have to sell her other house, which we dearly loved, because she can no longer afford the payments on it. And it's just been really tough. And then I found you, Mitchell. And I started to get happier again. I started to see myself as beautiful after you called me beautiful. You have given me a different sense of myself. I am so much more confident now. I can look in a mirror and not be disgusted by what I see. I look in a whole-length mirror and, yeah, I could say I'm a little overweight. I could say that I'm not a beauty queen. And I never will be. But I'm beautiful in so many other ways on the inside, where it really counts. And I have a heart of gold. But this is to Mitchell with love. So, this is how I feel about you. You have changed my life in so many ways. Like I've said, you're such an amazing person. You're so beautiful on the inside and out. You have such beautiful eyes, a cute little nose, a beautiful smile. And you have such a beautiful personality. You're so funny when you need to be. You can always make me laugh. And always make me smile when I need it. You're so sensitive. You're not afraid to show your emotion on camera. You're not afraid that you try not to cry challenges and cry. Because that's who you are. You're such a sensitive, kind, caring, charismatic, kind-hearted person. That's not an easy quality to find in a guy. And you have it. If somebody asked me what my idea of the perfect guy would be, you're it. You have everything that a perfect guy should have. And I'm glad that we're best friends. And yeah, we have some things in common. We're both Geminis. Our birthdays are about 2 weeks apart. I'm a little bit clumsy. I don't know about that with you. Kind of a loner. And yes, a lot of people say, well, she's 39 and he's only 20. But I don't care. To me, age is just a number. It has nothing to do with how you feel about a person. And the way I feel about you is so much different than I've ever felt about anybody. And I'm not saying this to be weird or to weed you out. I just want you to know how I feel. And this is how I feel. And you're the greatest person in the world. We both kind of like the same genres in music. You might find we have a lot in common. And I think we should stick together as Geminis, too. I will be your best friend. I gave you my phone number. I told you could call me anytime, night or day, if you ever need to talk. And I will be there to listen. I know I live in a different country. But I promise to be one of those people that will do whatever I can to help you. In your good times and your bad times. Because that's what a good friend should do. You can trust me. I'm never going to backstab you or mess with you or hurt you in any way. Because I don't want to lose your friendship. You're the first friend I made in a long time, and I don't want to take that for granted, and I never will. And I hope we can become better friends, and I hope we can get to know each other, and I hope we can find ways to talk to each other. Because it would mean the world to me. You're amazing. And I do love you. I truly do love you. I love your videos, but most of all, I love you as a person. And I don't know if you can love someone you've never met, but in a way I do. And I always will, and I will always be there for you if you ever need me. I'm there to make you smile and laugh when I can. I don't like to see you get upset. I don't like you to be mad. Because you're too good of a person for that. You give so much love to your fans. And that's amazing. You're the most real YouTuber I've ever met and most real person. And I'm serious when I say it, but I hope we do get to meet someday. And I do hope that, we become best friends, not close friends. That would mean everything to me. Because I truly do love you, and you truly are an amazing person. And I beg you to never change. Never change who you are. You're perfect the way you are. I'm perfect the way I am. I know that now. God has blessed me with you for some reason. And I believe wholeheartedly that God has brought me to you for a reason. Because I am so much happier now because of you. So, I hope that you could promise that you and I could stay friends. At least. Because that would mean the world to me if we could stay best friends always. Because I'm always going to be there for you, supporting you no matter what. If everybody else or your other subscribers leave you, I never will. I am going to be a true son of a bitch and a true best and close friend that you've ever had. Well, that's it for tonight's video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and comment down below what you think about what I said. And this was to Mitch with love. To Mitchell with love, because I do love him very much. And I do, Mitchell. You're an amazing person, and don't you ever forget it. and I'll always be there for you. See you soon, and peace out.